Every morning you wake up, the first thing you've got to remind yourself is this: you were created with purpose, not by accident, not setbacks. I don't care what your background is, who abandoned you, who didn't believe in you, what neighborhood you came from, or what mistakes you made. That has nothing to do with the fact that you're still breathing. If you're still alive, then purpose is still in motion. Not setbacks. You didn't wake up just to pay bills, go to work, eat, and sleep. That's not life. That's survival. And I'm telling you right now, you were not born to survive. You were born to thrive. Some people wake up and the first thing they do is check their phones. They check Instagram. Not setbacks. They check the news. But what if the first thing you did was check in with you? What if the first words you spoke were life over yourself? What if before the world told you who are, you told the world who you are? That's power. That's purpose. When you understand you were created with intention, you stop living accidentally. You stop moving like your days are disposable. See, people who don't know their purpose treat time like it's cheap. They wake up dragging, snoozing, scrolling. But when you know you've been placed here on assignment, you walk different. You speak different. You move with conviction, not confusion. You weren't born for the background. There's greatness in you that the world needs. But if you don't recognize it, you'll keep living beneath it. You'll keep settling for jobs you hate, settling for relationships that drain you, settling for habits that destroy you. And I'm telling you now, no more settling. That's not who you are. You've got to wake up every single morning and look yourself in the mirror and say, I was born to lead. I was born to build. I was born to rise. You are not a copy. You are an original, designed, wired, and equipped with something that nobody else can bring the way you bring it. You've got a fingerprint nobody else has. And that's not just physical, that's purposeful. Your vision, your perspective, your story. Nobody else can carry that like you. But here's the truth. Just because you were born with it doesn't mean you're walking in it. Purpose isn't automatic. Purpose must be pursued. See, every single day, you've got to remind yourself, I'm here for a reason, and I refuse to waste it. I don't care if you're tired. I don't care if yesterday beat you down. You get back up today because your assignment hasn't expired. Some of you are waiting for motivation, not setbacks. Let me tell you something. Purpose produces its own fuel. When you lock in on who you are and why you're here, you don't need external hype. Your mission becomes your fire, but it all starts with identity. And that's why the first words you say every morning are so important. Because if you don't speak life, doubt will speak death. If you don't affirm who you are, insecurity will try to define you. So before your feet hit the floor, you've got to declare it. I matter. I was created for this. I am not here by mistake. You don't have to wait until everything makes sense. You don't have to have it all figured out. But you do need to believe that you're not random. Purpose isn't about having a perfect plan. It's about having a powerful why. And that why needs to hit you so hard every morning that quitting doesn't even feel like an option. Not that when life tries to pull you down, your purpose pulls you back up. The moment you realize that you are not an accident, everything shifts. Your attitude changes. Your focus sharpens. You stop chasing validation and start walking in your calling. You stop competing and start creating. You stop surviving and start living. So when you wake up tomorrow and every morning after that, I want you to lock in. not on your problems, not on your pain. Lock in on your purpose. Speak it, own it, move like it. Because when you do, you stop reacting to life and you start leading it. You are created with purpose, not by accident. Never forget that. Let me tell you something. Your struggles are not your punishment. They're your preparation. Every morning you wake up, you've got to stop looking at your pain like it's some kind of curse. It's not. It's training. It's development. It's your gym. That pressure you feel, that's not meant to break you. It's meant to build you. Too many people start the day feeling defeated before they even get out of bed just because they've got problems. But problems aren't proof you're losing. Problems are proof you're growing. You've got to flip the script. You've got to wake up and tell yourself, my struggles are my strength training. That mindset right there will separate you from the crowd. That's what champions understand. See, everybody wants to win, but not everybody wants to work through the weight. Everybody wants to succeed, but not everybody wants to sweat through the struggle. But you've got to decide that your pain has a purpose. You've got to stop complaining and start training. You don't get stronger without resistance. A muscle doesn't grow unless you push it past its comfort zone. It has to tear a little. It has to stretch. And in the moment, it's uncomfortable. But when it heals, when it rebuilds, it comes back bigger. It comes back stronger. That's what life is doing to you right now. Every hardship is adding another layer of power. Every disappointment is carving out your endurance. Every delay is developing your discipline. So stop looking at struggle like it's something that disqualifies you. It qualifies you. It setbacks. It sharpens you. It puts you through fire so the gold in you can rise to the surface. The people who look the strongest, who lead the hardest, who inspire the deepest, those are the people who've been through something and chose to grow through it instead of give up in it. I know you've had some dark days. I know you've had mornings where it felt like the weight was too much, but you're still here. And the fact that you're still breathing means you still have power. You're not fragile, you're forged. That storm didn't destroy you, it developed you. And today you've got to make the decision to stop resenting the struggle and start respecting it. When you shift your mindset like that, everything changes. Because now, instead of dreading the challenge, you're hunting it. You're looking for ways to get better. You're saying, if I'm going through it, I'm growing through it. I'm not wasting 1 second of this pain. Listen, life will hit you hard, and it won't ask if you're ready. But that's not the point. The point is what you do when you get hit. Do you lay down and make excuses? Or do you get up, learn the lesson, and keep moving forward with more grit than before? You don't become great when life is easy. You become great when life is heavy, and you still find a way to lift it. That's strength. That's power. That's what turns regular people into warriors. And every single one of you has that in you. If you stop running from the process, there's no shortcut to resilience. You've got to earn that. Every time you choose to keep going when quitting would have been easier, you're stacking something in your soul that nobody can take away from you. And it's not just about proving people wrong. It's about proving to yourself that you're tougher than the test. You've got to speak that every morning. I'm not weak. I'm not broken. I'm in training. That failure from yesterday, it didn't finish you. That loss, it wasn't final. Those tears you cried, that pain you felt, That's the cost of growth. That's the process of becoming. Stop hiding from it. Embrace it. Because the people who rise the highest are the ones who were willing to go the deepest. Not just in the wins, but in the war. Not just when it felt good, but when it hurt. They didn't let the pain shut them down. They let the pain wake them up, not setbacks. So when you wake up tomorrow and the weight hits you, don't shrink. Don't curse it. Don't complain about how unfair life is. Look that weight in the face and say, good, let's go. This is how I level up. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. Let me keep it real with you. Perfection is a lie. It's a trap. And too many of you are stuck, frozen, paralyzed, waiting on some perfect moment, some perfect plan, some perfect version of yourself before you take a step. And that's why you're not moving. That's why you're not building. That's why you're not growing. You're sitting there talking about, I'm not ready yet. But the truth is, you don't need perfect. You need progress, not setbacks. You don't have to be flawless. You've just got to be faithful with God, right? You've now, today. Every morning you wake up, you've got to tell yourself, I'm chasing progress, not perfection. That's the mindset that frees you. That's what gives you permission to start ugly, to fail forward, to mess up, learn, and level up. Because here's the truth, nobody who ever achieved greatness did it perfectly. They just did it persistently. See, perfection tells you to wait. Perfection tells you that you're not good enough yet, that your ideas aren't ready, that your dream is too big. But progress says, start now, start scared, start small. Just don't stay where you are. The people who win in life aren't the ones who got it all right. They're the ones who kept showing up, kept swinging, kept building even when the conditions weren't ideal. Some of you keep saying, when I feel more confident, when I've done more research when I have more time. Listen to me, if you keep waiting for perfect, you're going to miss your purpose. You don't need more time, you need more courage. You're not behind because you're unqualified. Setbacks, you're behind because you're hesitating. And the longer you hesitate, the more power you give to fear. Fear grows in delay, but courage grows in motion. So when you move, even if it's messy, you build momentum. And momentum is everything. Do you know what happens when you choose progress? You become dangerous because now, not setbacks. You're not waiting for conditions to be right. You make them right. Now, you're not afraid to fail because you understand failure is feedback, not final. Now, you stop chasing approval and start chasing alignment. You stop performing and start producing. And yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to have days where it feels like nothing is working. But that's not a sign to quit. That's a sign that you're growing. That's how it works. Growth is messy. Progress is gritty, not setbacks. But if you keep showing up, keep pushing through, you're going to look up one day and realize you're not where you used to be. That's the power of small steps taken consistently. You've got to get addicted to movement, not perfection. Fall in love with showing up. Fall in love with the grind. Fall in love with building something from the ground up, even when no one claps, even when nobody sees it, even when it's not polished yet. That's where character is built. That's where confidence is built. You don't get confidence by waiting to be perfect. You get it by doing the work, showing up scared, and proving to yourself that you're capable. So when you wake up in the morning, don't pressure yourself to have it all figured out. Don't drown in the expectations of being flawless. Instead, look yourself in the mirror and say, I don't need to be perfect today. I just need to be present. I just need to take the next step. You think the greats became great because they never messed up. No, they messed up a lot, but they didn't quit. They didn't let the bad days define them. They didn't let mistakes become their identity, not setbacks. They used the setback as a setup. They learned, they adapted, and they kept it moving. You've got to do the same. You've got to fall in love with progress, with becoming, with getting 1% better every day. Stop measuring your success by how clean or smooth things look. Start measuring it by how consistent you are, how resilient you are, how much you're willing to grow through the process. Perfection is a finish line you'll never reach. But progress is a path you can walk every single day. And that's what transforms you. Not the fantasy, not the illusion of being flawless, but the reality of showing up and putting in the work. Day after day, step after step, no matter how ugly or slow it feels. So stop waiting, stop hesitating, start moving, because every little bit of progress you make is proof that you're still in the game. And if you stay in the game long enough, you win. Progress over perfection, always. I need you to understand this. Your past does not have the power to define you unless you give it permission. I don't care what you did, what you lost, what you went through, or how far off track you think you are. Every single day you wake up is another chance to rewrite your story. You are not stuck. You are not finished. And you sure as hell are not defeated, but you've got to believe it. You've got to wake up and tell yourself, I have the power to rewrite my story. See, too many people are living in yesterday, stuck in shame, stuck in regret, replaying old conversations, rehearsing old failures, carrying around guilt like it's part of their identity. But let me tell you something. That version of you, that version is gone. That chapter is done. You're not living there anymore. And if you are not setbacks, it's because you chose to stay there. Because the truth is, you could have turned the page already. You could have started writing a new chapter. But here's the thing. New chapters don't write themselves. You've got to pick up the pen. You've got to take responsibility. Not blame, not shame, responsibility. That means you stop saying, why did this happen to me? And you start saying, what can I build with what I've been through? Because your pain isn't a prison. It's a platform. And your past, it doesn't have to be your anchor. It can be your launch pad. Some of you have been disqualifying yourselves, talking yourself out of your own future because of your failures. But what you don't understand is that your failures don't disqualify you. They equip you. They give you a depth that success alone could never give you. They give you perspective, grit, wisdom. Don't hide from that. Use it. You've got to stop living like your story is already written in ink. It's not. It's being written right now, and you hold the pen. But if you don't believe you can change, you won't. If you keep letting your past drive your identity, then the same patterns will keep showing up, the same excuses, the same relationships, the same results. But the moment you say, no, I'm not that person anymore, that version of me is gone, everything shifts. When you change your narrative, you change your life. I've seen it happen. I've lived it. People counted me out. I counted myself out. Not setbacks, but I made a decision that I wasn't going to die in the same place. I got broken. I wasn't going to repeat cycles that broke my family. I was going to rise. And that decision, that's available to you too. today, right now. You don't need permission. You don't need applause. You just need a made-up mind. You need to say, I'm not who I was. I'm becoming who I'm supposed to be. And then back it up with action. And don't expect it to be easy. Rewriting your story doesn't mean everything becomes smooth. It means you start showing up differently. You start responding differently. You start thinking like a creator, not a victim. You stop letting circumstances dictate your identity. You stop letting people write chapters for you that don't belong to you. Some of you are living in stories someone else wrote. Parents who doubted you, teachers who labeled you, friends who betrayed you. But hear Meg, not setbacks. You don't have to keep reading a script that doesn't serve your future. Rip that page out. Burn it if you have to. And start fresh. This is your life. You get one shot at it. So why live it in fear of your past when you've got power in your present? Why keep reliving old wounds when you could be building new victories? You've already survived what tried to break you. Now it's time to build from it. Let your scars remind you of your strength, not your shame. Let your setbacks remind you that you're still standing. Let your past remind you that you've already overcome more than most people know. The pen is in your hand. And the question is, what are you going to write now? Because if you don't decide, someone else will. And I don't know about you, but I refuse to let my life be authored by pain, fear, or other people's opinions. I'm writing this thing in bold letters. I'm living it out loud. And I'm not apologizing for who I'm becoming. So tomorrow morning, when your eyes open, don't look back. Look forward. Speak it. Believe it. I have the power to rewrite my story and then get to work writing something worth reading. Turn the page.